Greetings for the day, boys and girls. Let me welcome you to SIET and I congratulate you for choosing the program on artificial intelligence and machine learning for your engineering graduation. I am Professor Bindu Salim, belonging to the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, and I will be the teacher for a subject Digital Principles and System Design. So generally, computer-based students, mechanical engineers, they all look at such a subject as an alien subject. But today I would like to tell you, don't take it as an alien subject. A computer science engineer or a program developer does not have any life without knowing the hardware because software is written for hardware. So you should know what is hardware. I just brief you with the help of a diagram. So here you can find a schematic representation of a computer which consists of the most important block, which is the central processing unit. It is just like the heart and brain of a human being. In addition to that, it has got input devices. How do we communicate with the computer? Then output devices through which we can get the outputs. So if you look closer to the computer central processing unit CPU, you can find several other blocks like arithmetic logic unit ALU, a control unit, then some amount of primary memory, then of course there is the need for a power that is also shown here. So, as I said, DPSD, Digital Principles and System Design, is a subject which is going to introduce to you what is a computer hardware. So, here, whatever you are seeing in the schematic is the physical system which you have in a computer or a smart system, whichever we can feel and touch. And for the operation of this hardware, software is developed. So I will just show you one more diagram which is going to show you a complete picture of a computer system. So the hardware is there, which is CPU, memory, and IO devices. On top of it you have to have software. So you must remember von Neumann concept, who is the father of this computing system. He has told a computer can work if a program is told, and this CPU will read the program and obey the instructions and get you the output. So, for the computer to work by itself, to make it functional, there is the need of software, which is called as system software, or you can call it as the operating system. There are various types of operating systems like Windows operating system, Unix operating system. If it is for Mac computer, it is iOS. Your phone has operating system, Android, iOS, etc. Uh, then with this operating system, the computer system is made functional. Now, if you want to use this computer for a task of yours, you have to write again programs for that particular task. Earlier, we used to call it as a job, a program, a work. Now, it's all coming in the form of app, etc. So, there are game software, Photoshop for image processing, image analyzing. There could be calculator. There could be browser for browsing the internet, etc. Now you have understood A software can be written only if a hardware is existing. In this picture, if that nuclear part is not there, what will you do with the software which you are writing? So it's essential to have the hardware. And there is evolution happening. Initially, the hardware was developed and it was all hardware operated computer. Later, software was developed for the computer. Then a primitive program writing capability was there. Later, better hardware and better software. The computer interface started growing. There is a subject itself for research which is human computer interface or human computer interaction, we say. So, these are all how we can give input to the computer and how we can get output from the computer. So, earlier it was keyboard or punch card system, hexadecimal keyboard, now ASCII keyboard. Now we can speak to the computer. When you say computer, it is not the desktop computer which is sitting in front of you. It could be your watch, it could be your phone, etc. You can just open your phone and open Siri and ask Siri, what is the climate today? What will be the weather today? What is the weather today in Coimbatore? What's the weather today in Chicago? You can ask any questions, uh, Siri will tell. So there are many such apps. They are all artificial intelligence created. For artificial intelligence, there has to be lots of data. Then, you like how our brain works. You have to instruct the computer to understand. So that is making the computer understand, or learning is machine learning. So it's all clear that you are you are going to be an AML engineer. So your AML engineering can be applied only to a hardware. So right now, once AML has came into picture, even the hardware started growing, like mimicking the nature, like mimicking the human brain. So how we start learning to speak, how we start learning to walk, all these, we learn, we'll be observing, we just catch what I should do to walk, etc., by observing others. This is the way it happens. So, like that, now computer also is going to be an intelligent system, like how our brain makes decisions. In the nutshell, what I have tried to communicate to you is that a software engineer cannot survive independently. Software and hardware are going together, they are married together, they go walk hand in hand. So here is a subject, digital principles and system design. We call it as Dpsd. Design for you to understand some fundamental concepts about hardware, how you can analyze a hardware, how you can design a hardware, how you can assess a hardware. All these are done in this subject. So now, I will just take you on a quick tour through the subject. You starts with the first unit, which refreshes your number system knowledge. It looks quite funny. Why in an engineering college we have to learn number system? Because you are going to play with the computer, and we are humans. We use decimal number system. So you should know what number system would be appropriate for the computer. So you should know how. So binary number system. The contributor to that is George Boole. George Boole's algebra is called as Boolean algebra. How you use this Boolean algebra to understand communication between computer and humans. Boolean algebra is a binary system where there are many theorems, like how our normal algebra the literals used are only zeros and ones, binary system. And there are some theorems which can help you to simplify the logics required or the hardware required for a computer. So this is the first unit. Followed by that, you will be learning some specific type of circuits which are referred to as combinational logic circuits. They are simple in nature, like You can realize electronic circuits which can give you an output based on the input combination. They just work looking at the present input, it gives the output. Followed by that, you will study little more complex circuits, which are referred to as sequential circuits, which can be categorized as two types: synchronous and asynchronous. So, sequential circuits are, more getting onto little more intelligence, unlike combination circuit. Like these circuits will make a decision on the output based on what has happened before. That means it has got a memory, like how we do if you have to attend a class, how you try to recollect the timetable, how to recollect the classroom where it is held, etc. So in synchronous sequential circuits, a clock. What is a clock? Clock tells us at what time. It's 8 o'clock. Oh, I should start to the office. So clock is a reminder about time and when you should do a work. So clock is very important for a synchronous sequential circuit. Then asynchronous sequential circuits are those where sequence things are happening in sequence, but there is no time element involved to activate. So the design is more complex because there are more chances of getting errors and all those things. The other thing is memory. You have already seen in the block schematic of a computer system. Memory devices are very essential. As I said, von Neumann concept says that program and data should be stored prior to using the computer. So there are various types of memory, and you will be learning why these different types of memory existing and what is special about each category of memory. So this is the topic, and unlike in school, you have to refer to textbooks. You have to have the habit of reading textbooks than depending only on the notes given by the teacher in the class or whatever you scribble. You should definitely have a notebook and scribbling the notes when the teacher is teaching, and that should be taken as a reference while you reading the textbook. You will be having the textbooks with you, and even I will share you the soft copy of the textbook for this subject. Please be having the habit of reading every day. So with this, I welcome you once again, and wish you the very best to become a successful AIML engineer. And please remember, you have to be self responsible for your education. Plan your time to study. Studying alone should not be the work you do during your dynamic age. You should be having entertainment, you should participate in sports, other extracurricular activities, but everything should be balanced. So, to be successful, you have to work hard, you should be disciplined, and you should follow a plan and be responsible by yourself. Best wishes.